So someone did ask me yesterday, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And my kind of theory on it is that if one did have the capability to chuck wood and they decided to make a career out of it, then you would assume they would be on your regular 9-to-5 working schedule. So really, you've got to question the efficiency of their woodchucking skill. But if they're doing that as a profession, you would imagine after a couple of years they'd probably be quite good at it.
Do you know what? I feel like woodchucks chucking wood, I feel like they would do like 6 till 11.
Yeah.
Have a siesta.
Yeah.
And then do maybe like 2 till 6.
It's a very, very early morning kind of job. I feel like the woodchucks are the equivalent of the tradies in the bird world.
Yeah.
And I just feel like you'd have to figure out like the kilojoule energy per output of log. Do you know what I mean?
What is a woodchuck?
A bird.
So it was a beaver.
Unless I'm wrong, I've always assumed it was a bird.
Every time that I thought of that, I would also always picture a beaver making a dam.
I mean, that would make a lot more sense. Maybe it is a beaver.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
If a woodchuck could chuck, maybe it's a small mammal.
Maybe.
What is a woodchuck? Do they chuck wood? Does chuck wood even consist of biting? Because I just assumed either a pecking or nibbling motion.
But that would be a woodpecker.
Unless they mean actually chucking, like just chucking logs around.
Hauling. Because if it was a beaver...
Back for round 2! We just filmed a 35-minute video that cut off after a minute and a half. Woo!
Never be seen by the public. Do you know it's mad, isn't it?
What?
That, like... The royal family obviously are the royal family. Like, they're a very well-known group of people. There's so much stuff we don't know about them.
I don't care.
But also, there's so much stuff that I don't know about the person who walks in front of me.
Yeah, I'd be far more interested in your bang average person than I would be in the royal family. Just cutting about doing nothing, really.
Yeah, but I feel like there's, like, bits going on. I reckon at least one of them murdered the other one. I'm not speculating who, but...
There's definitely, like, so much, like, royal gossip.
Isn't it? It's just mad that you just don't know what.
I get so booked out when I sit on a train and I see someone and I'm like, they have a whole ass life.
Yeah.
They have a life and stresses and happiness and like places to be, and you'll never ever see them again. And like they don't even probably not even acknowledge that you're there, and they have their whole life.
Yeah.
Weird.
That honestly really it like really like melts my brain when I think about it, especially when you're like, there's 8 billion people on the planet. I'm going to see what, like, less than 1% of those people.
I know, I just, like, that kind of existential stuff gives me a headache.
It just confuses me so much. And, like, everybody that I walk past that I don't even, like, my brain doesn't even acknowledge that they exist.
That's what I mean. You just don't register it. But you can only see people in your dreams that you've seen before.
Yeah.
So the guy that stabbed me in the face with a machete, I must have seen before.
Is this the one where I didn't save me?
Fucking help me. Drove right past me and I was going, Maisie, please help me. Just drove right past me in a little blue fucking Honda Jazz.
I hope that you know that I would never do that.
I would like to think so.
I would never do that. I've got a mic stand in the back of that car. That man would be losing an ear. Or at least a head.
An ear at most, at least a head.
Yeah. At least I'm taking the ear off his dead head.
Head and then ear.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'd be so pissed off.
Mate. Give me a fucking reason. Seeing you being attacked with a machete. Reason.
I would die for you. I would kill for you. What am I quoting? Who is that? I don't know. Isn't it weird how your brain's so small it knows so much?
There's so many things in those little grooves.
Yeah.
That has to be a quote. I would die for you.
It's like,
I would kill for you.
I would kill for you. Who?
Do you know what? I would die for you. I would kill for you. Yeah. I would live for you.
It's kind of deep.
That's poetry.
I would live. One of my favorite things to say is when I wake up, I'm like, I just need to adjust to this cruel world.
I If I had to choose one thing that I would say I would live for you for, it's a crisp apple and cheese cubes.
What? What? I don't understand what you mean.
Like, if I was to say that phrase to something in this world, it would be a crisp apple cut with one of those apple corers and really just lovely mature cheddar cubes.
I see. I was taking it more of the route of like, oh, you would live for me to succeed and fulfill my dreams for me, not for an apple and some cheese cubes.
No, I would look at that and I would say, I will live for you.
And that's what you'd pick. You didn't pick me or like your mum or...
I do live for you.
But...
I burn for you! You never watched Bridgerton, did you?
It's Bridgerton.
What'd
you say?
Bridgerton.
No.
There's a quote in it.
Weird, there's just some genres of shit you just don't like.
Yeah. Sorry, I was doing the quote. Yeah. I can't really think of anything that I don't enjoy watching. I don't like watching Love Island. I don't like watching reality TV. Except, honestly,
Geordie Shore.
Honestly, except for Geordie Shore. Geordie Shore can get it.
Okay.
But only the first season, because I find it so funny.
I don't know. I used to be quite a fan of them. But I would much rather watch a reality TV show about an actual place. Like, you know how people make situational comedies about, like, for example, The Office or something?
Right.
But, like, a legit one.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, when you go to any pub and it's like, oh, we're just like a dysfunctional family. I reckon it could be so funny.
Yeah. That would be really funny.
It would be so good. Like, even just like tube workers or something.
There's something that is like itching in my brain, but it's not quite presented itself yet. And it's to do with this subject. Never phrased. I could have just said it's on the tip of my tongue.
I think what you said was completely valid.
It's itching. It's just not quite presented itself.
Why are yellow gloves called marigolds?
Because the flower's got yellow marigold flower.
What? Why don't you just call it yellow gloves?
Because they needed a brand name.
Like the Yellow Pages. Perfect name.
Life was so simple then.
I used to love flicking through that book.
I don't think I ever got my hands on one.
Really?
No.
It always had just the perfect consistency of paper to flick through.
Yeah. It's a fucking Sprite, man.
Third time lucky. As I was saying, Yellow Pages are such a good creation. And I'm pretty sure you said something about indexes.
Mate, I'll stick by that. Indexes, fucking brilliant invention.
They're actually so good.
Who thought about that? Who was like, I bet it was someone that was so like into books and was like, fuck, why can't I find what I need to find? And they're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take down everything that's on each page or each chapter and I'm going to make this easy for everyone.
I think it's so clever as well because like, I find the Argos catalogues like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Too much information in there. Way too much. I could maybe handle a couple of pages and then I was done.
I was going through that index. I was flipping. I'd have one hand in it, enjoying the pressure of the book, looking for the index, looking for Dollhouse, page 83. Flip, circle, leave the Argos store.
It's so funny how we would circle that. I guarantee the parents never ever looked at what we'd circled.
I used to circle the ones that were on display in the Argos store.
That's clever.
So Argos people were like, oh,
yeah.
This little girl. What?
To be fair, indexes really help. Like even today I was getting on the train and like it was so easy because it was literally just, that had like a little placard and it just like, where do you want to go? these platforms.
Is that Clapham?
Yeah.
Clapham knows how to be a big fucking station, I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, it really does.
And you know what? Houston doesn't.
No, because it on the face of it, it seems so overwhelming, but it's actually really, really organised.
Yeah.
Apart from when they fucking cancel your train. Cancel your train, like, seconds before you fucking get on it. Seconds!
I just...
You're fucking getting on a train that's due to come in at 2 minutes past the fucking hour, and then a minute and a half before that, they're like, oh, cancelled. What the fuck are you doing? You're just leaving the fucking train there. Why?
Yeah.
There's no fucking reason for it. Like, I just don't understand, because they probably can actually see, they can see the station. They're looking at all these people being like, oh, no, fuck you. You're not going to work today.
Again, I'm not being funny. Your train being cancelled is an absolutely valid reason to be late.
It's actually insane.
Right? Because when and then they go, you should have left earlier. No, I should have left earlier if I knew I was going to be in traffic. But the bus being cancelled when I was sat there waiting,
especially when it's fucking like five of them. That actually, there is something, I don't understand how everything in this world works. But if you're going to catch a bus, right? It's never just one that's cancelled. It's like 3 or 4 consecutively. And then what do? They just fucking arrive in fucking tandem one after another. And it's like, oh yeah, you've missed 5 buses and now you're in trouble with work because you should have left earlier. Well, sorry, I'm commuting like an hour to get where I need to be anyway. All the buses cancelled. What do you want me to do? Fucking hop on a line bike? I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because I'm going to get sweaty. Imagine if you go to a client late, sweaty in a shirt. People that wear vests under a shirt, they're fucked. What if you don't have your commuting shoes on?
No. What if you got your pencil skirt and you haven't got your trainers on?
You haven't got your New Balances. What are you going to do? But then he just absolutely pissed it because every time you're on one side of the road, there's an absolute influx of buses on the other side. If I cross over the road, the buses just stop. And what they do, having a mother's meeting, being like, oh yeah, how was your fucking journey today? Oh great, thanks a fucking bunch. I'm late and in trouble because you didn't want to fucking drive.
You know when you say like mother's meeting of buses, I just envision them all like facing in a circle.
That would be kind of cute.
Yeah.
I do actually quite like it when bus drivers wave at each other. I think it's really wholesome.
Yeah, it is actually very sweet. But they can only do it when they're the same bus.
What do you mean?
Like they
on the same route?
Yeah. If they're the same number.
Is that a written rule?
I think so.
Do you know, I said the most stupid thing the other day. It's like, oh, what bus do you get to X, Y, and Z? And they said like, oh, K2. I'm like, oh, I've never heard of a bus that has a letter in it. The fuck am I on about? E2, E8? The night bus has an N on it.
Oh, the night bus.
I don't get embarrassed, but I was embarrassed at how fucking stupid I sounded. Public transport fucks me off because everything about it. They don't care. They don't care.
Nationalise the rail.
That just... Honestly, it actually really fucking winds me up.
I feel like public transport is the absolute epitome of sod's law.
It's so... even when you get on the tube turnstiles, not turnstiles anymore, but you know, like the little gates.
Yeah.
If you stand in that one queue that is shorter, other side fucking speeding through. Same when you get waiting in a queue in a shop. And you're like, oh, okay, right. And you really need to be tactical about which one I'm going to pick. You pick one and then bang, she's suddenly had an energy drink. She's like...
That always happens to me in Lidl. Aldi? Is it Lidl?
Lidl, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they're on a different level.
They are very quick. It's quite stressful.
It's ridiculous because the person that you choose, you're like, okay, realistically, out of all these queues, they're definitely going to get down the fastest. There's the least amount of items, least amount of customers, and they're moving the quickest. You stand in that, you're in arm's length of having your fucking items scanned, and then bang.
Or they go, till closed. Bruh, my groceries are laid out for you to scan? You're going to close the till? Close it after me!
I don't think that's ever happened to me, you know.
Oh! I had to repack my basket! Do you know how long that took me? It's so much easier to just tip it out onto the fucking conveyor belt. Pack it back in!
People, do you know the etiquette of people? When you're trying to unpack your I was going to say your luggage, when you're trying to unpack your shopping, and it's a tiny little conveyor belt, and you're putting it on, and then you just kind of start shoving it on the end. I'm like, wait!
Oh.
You've got your items in a fucking weight there, and then let me scroll a little bit further down and put my little divider in the middle, and then start unpacking. What are you shoving it on the end for? I don't want to pay for your bread.
It's when they start fucking doing that, and then they start going, ooh, can I just have the divider? I don't want your fucking shit, man!
Actually, really,
I don't want you pissing fucking laundry detergent.
that, and people waiting for the bus. British people have such good etiquette in queues. No, they fucking don't. Have you ever tried to get on the 65 in Ealing Broadway?
Oh my
Have you
God.
Have you ever stood at that bus stop outside Wagamama's? People will fight you to the fucking death. They will elbow a child in the eye, even though they turned up last. They're like, I'm getting on this bus. Just every 7 minutes.
It terrifies me. It's when you're like waiting for a tube and you're like 8 people deep and you try and no, but you try and pick it tactically and you're trying to like gauge where the doors are going to open and you find out that you're standing in the middle of a carriage and then you've got to go into this bottleneck situation.
Do you know what actually is it worse than standing in the middle of a carriage? Standing directly in the middle of 2 doors, because they open, everyone comes out and you just get pushed back. You can't even peel off to the side because you just stood right in the middle of it.
And then you end up at the back of the bottleneck.
It's a fucking... Oh, and then the people that try, when you're trying to get off the tube, I'm trying to get off so you can get on, but you're fucking huffing into me. What am I supposed to do? Especially when you got a suitcase. I'll one palm you down there.
Bro, the like tube that goes to Heathrow. Do you know how many fucking suitcases I've tripped over?
No,
Too many.
It's when they put it in the middle, or when they sit on the end and they have their arm around the pole. I'm like, oh, just stand up.
Honestly,
Stop being fucking late. You probably just sat and played for about 9 hours. Get the fuck up. Oh god, it's so fucking annoying.
I honestly can't fucking deal with it. It's
people on the fucking bus. I want to get on the fucking bus, Minty. People that get on the bus and they sit on the outside seat. Move up! Move up! Because there's literally a space for you there. Miss Gill's knees are going to give way any fucking time. She's got a Zimmer frame and you're not letting her sit down because you just want to have a little bit of leg room. Put your legs together, move up, or fuck off.
Or you want a fucking seat for your bag.
Oh, God.
Put it on your lap. It's what it's there for.
Put it on your lap and put it between your legs.
Oh!
It's like, people, oh, God, it annoys me. And then when you stand up on the tube and people are hanging in the middle, I'm like, I need to get off.
Yeah. And they just don't move.
They don't. British people are wankers on
Yeah.
Londoners.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Unless you're a London driver, you're a lot kinder than a northern driver.
What, like road rage?
You even said that you noticed it, that people were like, thanks.
Oh, what?
In London, people were letting you out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not up north. Fuck.
TFO, man. Transport for fucking London.
It's really not for London, though, is it?
It's not for the people.
No. Nationalise the rails.
I really got into that.
Yeah. I think that's the most hepped up I've ever got in a video. Nationalise the rail.